Hello everybody, we're going to be talking about a video today that might be a little bit more controversial, but we're just going to dive on into it, and it is about what the NHL could learn from the NBA. To start off, I just want to say, I don't watch basketball, I don't like basketball, I like hockey. Hockey is my thing, but it's obvious. The NBA's got something like 47 million followers on Instagram, and the NHL does not. There are some things we could learn from them in order to improve and expand our game. We're going to be talking about those things today. Some of them are easy, some of them aren't. We'll talk about all that. So, the first thing, market stars better, or maybe just let them express themselves a little bit more. Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, and really any other big name star you can think of besides maybe Ovi. They're just like Crosby and McDavid especially, and even Eichel. They're just not very outspoken. They really don't do a lot that would say, hey, these are people that I want to follow. And it's not that I have anything against them, but think about it. You have basketball, LeBron James. You either like him or you hate him. And the thing is, he is outspoken on and off the court. You look at Russell Westbrook. He is a guy that's also outspoken on and off the court. We need guys to be outspoken. I'm not saying that they have to go to the NBA level, because I do think it is kind of crazy what some of these players do, but let players be players a little bit more. And you know what, if they're a little bit crazier, who cares? Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, I think they're good for the league, because those guys are gonna, they're gonna fight, they're gonna express themselves. Now, if we could get bigger players to do that, that would be huge. Also, like, just learning. PK Subban is a guy that has not played great hockey in a few years. Guess what? He is always in the news. He's done TV. He dated the snow skater. I can't think of her name. In fact, I think they were engaged. People know who he is outside of hockey, even though he doesn't play great hockey anymore. And that's the reality of it. If we can learn from this and get them to be able to be marketed better and to be able to express themselves more, I think that would allow hockey to grow to a greater extent. The next thing would be having global ambassadors. Now, the Toronto Raptors do this with Drake. I don't like Drake's music. I really don't like Drake. It's not that I hate him as a human being. It's just that I live a better life without having him around in my life. But the thing is, millions of people around the world listen to Drake's music. Do you think that helps the Toronto Raptors and their brand? Definitely. And I don't even know if every NBA team has a global ambassador. The NHL needs to learn from this and jump on this. I mean, it's such a simple thing. You would have somebody from New York, find somebody that lives in New York that would want to show up a few times. Boom, there you go. You're at a game, you're in some gear, you talk about it maybe once or twice on Instagram, that'd be great. Taylor Swift, I don't really listen to her music, but she's from Tennessee. Maybe get her to a Preds game, have her come a few times, be an ambassador. The Florida Panthers, Ariana Grande, again, another musician I don't listen to, but she did sing there at one point early in her life. That would be huge, just to get them to post and to wear, like, the team's gear. That would be so big for the league. My wife listens to a lot of that stuff, and I do know one thing. They have lots of followers. If we could get them to wear this stuff, that would be huge. Movie stars, musicians, whatever you need to do. Get a global ambassador for every team. Like I said, get them in there, get them to wear some gear, post some stuff, talk about it. Boom, there you go. We suddenly got a bunch of people that are posting about it, and the millions of followers they have will be able to see that. The next thing is a little bit more difficult, but I do think this is something that's wrong with the league compared to the NBA. That is, it is a lot harder to focus on prospects than basketball. Now, I know basketball, I think, only has 2 rounds of the draft, so I get that. But I know so many people that follow hockey to a pretty good extent, but when it comes to the draft, it's like outside of the top 10, they don't know who any of these guys are. The league has got to do a better job of promoting it. And what's sad is I think Instagram accounts do a better job of it than they do when it comes to covering these prospects and just going into not only their stats and what they do, but their personal lives. You are better off probably following the teams that they play for than getting any information from the league. Again, I love hockey, but it's something we have to improve on in order to expand our reach. It's about getting better. It's not about getting mad and saying, oh, well, you obviously hate hockey because you're talking about it. I want hockey to be as big as possible. These are things we need to do. Now, the last thing, really easy. And hear me out. I think a lot of you would like this. The NBA especially, while I don't watch basketball, I do know they have like a new jersey every year, if not multiple. Why don't we? We did the reverse retros last year. People loved it. People loved the debut, the launch of it. They loved being able to see videos, people for Christmas getting it, stuff like that. There is no reason we shouldn't have a new alternate every year. I don't really watch a ton of soccer, but I do know that, the Premier League, basically every league has a new kit or whatever they call it every year. There is no reason we couldn't do that. And I know some of you are saying, well, some of the original 6 teams don't do that. They had to do a reverse retro. Why can't we just do one new alternate every year? More revenue for the league. People that aren't big hockey fans might buy it. And at the end of the day, more branding out there is what we need. So yeah, that is basically what I think the NHL could learn from the NBA. Let me know what you think they could do to learn from the NBA or just other leagues in general down below. Also, please make sure to like this video if you liked this video. And make sure to join the Hockey Brigade by subscribing. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. Eagle love hockey, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.